Students, we are in diversity, equity and inclusions, and I assure you that you will be learning good number of things in diversity, equity and inclusions. And today this particular lecture I will tell you forms of workforce diversity. That means shape, structure, size of workforce diversity. That will help you to every people, those who are professionals, that will help you, that will help very excellent way. That means what way you can develop surface level diversity, deep level diversity. It is the form basically, Although good number of resources are there basically through which one can bring so many information. But here what I have prepared this particular lecture basically by gathering so many informations from different sources, from different news, from different journals and other things, which shape exactly what would be the surface level and the deep level diversity, what way can it manage. So, there is very forms of workforce diversity. What are the agenda? Forms of workforce diversity, meaning and definition of workforce diversity, key dimensions of case study of surface level diversity, meaning and definition of deep level diversity, key dimensions and case study of deep level diversity, difference between surface level diversity and deep level diversity, layers of diversity. This is some of important part that will help you definitely to understand very excellent way what exactly diversity means. Now see what is surface level, two major form of workforce diversity. Surface level diversity is easily perceived characteristics such as gender, race, ethnicity, disability that do not necessarily reflect the ways people think or feel, but that may actively activate certain stereotypes. Robbins et al. 2013. References are there basically that will give you the further reading. You can see that particular books also that can give you the more informations what exactly they have defined: gender, race, ethnicity, age or disability. Deep level diversity, personality, values, work preference that becomes progressively more important for determining similarity as people get to know one another better. Robbins et al. 2013, that is the deep level diversity. Now see some more information about surface level diversity. Surface level diversity refers to the difference that can be immediately recognized on the surface, such as age, gender, race, ethnicity, education. Example, a company with a leadership team that includes women, people of color and individuals from different age groups sends a strong message about its commitment to diversity. And surface level diversity, age, gender, race, ethnicity, physical disabilities. Now see students, what is very important when you will be the HR professionals. Say for example, you are HR researcher. Suppose you are appointed as HR manager of certain organizations. So that cases, one of the problem you may face basically, what people they are having the different age, what people they are having the different ethnicity or race. What does it mean? Does it really significant? Does it require to be highlighted somewhere? I think that preceding lecture also I have clarified this thing very excellent way. Remember, organizational behavior for organizational effectiveness, that has to be in your mind. The effectiveness means, that means keep every people happy. Those who are your stakeholders. It is one of the approach of measuring organizational effectiveness, stakeholder approach. Now see, ultimately if you keep every people happy, ultimately that lead your market efficiency, that you may have good ROI, that you have good productivity, everything. So it is very important to understand which must be visible, and you must clarify this part and different parts of the people that you are having, different group of people, diversified group of people. So, you can project it in your annual reports or financial disclosure, how many women participation, how many people from marginal groups and other things. Now, see key dimensions of surface level diversity: age, gender, race, ethnicity, physical appearance, disabilities. These are all the very important part which is visible. Visibility is there, physical appearance and disabilities, race, gender, age, something like that. Now, see case study of surface level diversity. One of the case, it is based on Microsoft. A global tech leader faced criticism in the early 2010 for lacking visible diversity in the workplace and leadership, particularly in gender and racial representation. To address this, the company implemented initiatives like publishing annual diversity reports, partnering with organizations to recruit diverse talent, and hosting events celebrating diversity. CEO Satya Nadella commitment and transparency were key drivers of change. This is very important. In 2021, Microsoft increased women representation to 30.9% globally and boosted US racial diversity by 50%. It's very remarkable, you can say benchmark. These efforts improved employee engagement, fostered innovation. For example, the Box Adaptive Controller and enhanced Microsoft reputation as an inclusive employer. This case highlights that how surface level diversity, when supported by leadership and accountability, can drive organizational success and innovation. Every people talk about success and innovation. How is it possible without you have some kind of people at the different age level, different racial part and different physical appearance, and recruiting what I said, that the marginal groups, hiring techniques that must be somewhat different, talent, searching talent, it is not one particular groups, it is not within particular cluster, it is very distributive talent. So, catching the talent is very important things. Like some of education institutions, some of institutions, either it is rapid growth firms or some blue chip companies, some of good MSMEs I have observed, they have given due weightage of this kind of thing, surface level, what I say, that visible diversity. It is very important in the sense that creates some kind of mindset of the people. They may feel secured. They understood that they are the prime person of the organizations having different identity. Now, see the deep level surface diversity, meaning deep level diversity refers to the range of non-visible characteristics among peoples in a workforce, including aspects such as personality traits, values, belief, attitude and cognitive styles. Deep level diversity refers to the non-visible difference among individuals such as values, beliefs, personality traits, cognitive styles and attitudes which shape their perspectives and behavior. Now, see deep level is somewhat different. I think in hiring practice, say for example, how do you know that this particular people are having different attitude? It is the main task of the HR professionals to understand, to really develop some kind of techniques through which we may have the deep rooted people like as non-visible characteristics like as personality traits, values, beliefs and attitude and cognitive styles. I think it is very unique styles of every people. So, tracing this kind of thing is not so easy. So, I think majority of the organization they are in crisis of deep level diversity. Now, see key dimensions of deep level diversity: cognitive diversity, different approach to thinking, problem solving. I am telling you it is very common. I think that different people are having the different, I think very recently when I taught some issues of research methodology, that one student suggests me particular things basically, that one research questions, you just develop the more statement of questions, statement items. Basically, when we design some of questionnaire basically for research, what exactly what we do basically, initially we just develop the research questions, then objectives, then frame the hypothesis, all these things, then design questionnaire. That students told me that your research questions is very important, that particular research questions must be used for framing your statement of items in your questionnaire. So I simply asked him, from where you have learned? He said, sorry sir, this is my personal matter, I mean it's my intuition, I have not studied anywhere. And I thought that is a brilliant idea. I think that this is very important, that is so called cognitive. All of people are having the unique thinking or problem solving. Then what type of people you need basically? Unique thinking people, you need personality difference, varying work styles and emotional response is very important, A big five personality already have defined, I think last several lectures, attitude and values. Of course, that is the affects is very important, different perspective on leadership and teamwork and ethics is much important, cultural beliefs, influence on communication and conflict resolution. Culture belief is also, I think, key dimensions of workforce diversity, what way we can learn workforce diversity. Now see case study of deep level diversity, it is very important part for our purpose basically. Google cases exemplifies deep level diversity by hiring individuals with diverse cultural, educational and exceptional backgrounds, fostering difference in values, cognitive styles and problem solving approach. I think these are all the top level companies, they are thinking the different ways, I think they are unique. Big 10 companies across the globe, they are adopting different types of initiatives at different point of time. I think there is the following the next generation inclusive workplace. They are really understanding the different what type of people they need basically, what cultural groups we need basically to nurture, to develop their organizations. This diversity is evident in Google X, where professionals from various disciplines like engineers, psychologists, designer, etc. collaborate to develop innovative technologies like self-driving cars and the smart glasses. By integrating this diverse perspective, Google enhances creative, improves problem solving and promotes a culture of continuous learning and innovation. I think learning and innovation and development is not the new things. In India also it's much popular, and I think that different economic times, HR world and some of the events I have observed closely, they are also focusing this kind of things, TI and deep level diversity, and they are also inculcating different types of innovation. Although it does not have any scientific evidence that whether this kind of things, this kind of practice has clear cut output or not, but they are using. I think in Indian context, we are, although right now I do not have more examples to clarify all these things, but thing is that it has great practices, deep level diversities. Now see surface level diversity versus deep level diversity, how does it different, because you may be the professionals, you may be the researcher, you may be the organizational researcher. So that cases what to follow, deep level or surface level. This is one of the dichotomy. What is the paradox basically, normally people are in crisis. What to follow basically. Indian context, maximum cases I have seen people are focusing on visibility, that is so called surface level, but deep level diversity, I mean critical thinking or some other things, people are not much giving more importance except some high level, high productive organizations. Definitions: visible, easily observable characteristics, less visible underlying difference. In the case of deep level, you are seeing the screen characteristics, age, gender, race, ethnicity, physical appearance. Deep level diversity: personality, values, beliefs, attitude and experience. Visibility: immediately apparent. Non-immediately apparent requires interaction. This is very important. You may not be knowing the value of the particular person. Several times you can see, this is very important to understand which persons are having what type of value. By seeing the physical appearance is not possible. Nature of attributes, demographic and physical traits, psychological, cognitive and experimental traits. Example, a team with members of different genders or race, a team with members who have different problem solving approach or cultural perspective. These are the some of difference what way surface level and the deep level diversity differs with each other. Now see layers of diversity, that is one of the picture you can see, that is the what is deep, layers of diversity. Personality, there is the internal dimensions like as age, gender, sexual orientation, physical ability, ethnicity, race. Then external dimensions, demographic locations, income, that is physical habits and the recreational habits, religion, educational background, work experience, appearance, parental status and marital status. Now see, that is the organizational dimensions. Organizational dimension like as functional level classification, work content, field, division, departmental unit group, seniority, work location, which is organizational dimensions. Layer is concerned, union affiliation, management status. These are the different layers basically. There is internal, external and the organizational layers. So diversity consists at all levels, differ encompassing the different layers that shape our identities from personality to internal traits to external circumstances and organizational rules. That is the important part basically. See what exactly I mean to express here, that is internal dimension, external dimensions, organizational dimensions, all are important basically. That is the layers, different phase you can see the diversity. Like as organizational layers, management status, that means the what level of people are there in organizations, union affiliation and the work location and the seniority, which is organizational level basically, functional level. Now see some of it is personality, as I discussed earlier also, innermost layer, that is you have seen that different age including introversion personality and the shape. I think that internal dimensions, that is something like that core aspect that persons is born with or can't easily change, that is age, gender, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, that is the second part. Third part is like that external dimensions influenced by life experience and choice and the education, religion, marital status, socio-economic status, geographical location and organizational dimensions, work related factors, job roles, department, seniority levels, management status, work locations, that is something like that. There is the 4 different levels as it is seen basically the different slides as I project here. Once again I am showing this in particular part because otherwise you may confuse basically. Personality itself a diversity, internal dimensions itself a diversity, external dimensions organizational dimension. Now see what to see, this is the at what point you can see that we need to follow the diversity. I think that personality level one can see at the hiring process. This is very important, and internal dimensions also you can see at the time of hiring people. But rest of the things is not possible to trace or divide the things, but you have to catch it out. So that next time when you hire the people, then you can do some kind of practices that what way you can hire the people having the good personality, having the unique what I say that value system. Now see more important part here, that what are the questions to be learned out of that basically. In fact, the study of forms of diversity, workforce diversity, the total workforce, total people working in the organizations, exactly what personality they have, what surface level that is internal diversity is there, what external diversity is there, what organizational diversity, organizational level. So unless you understand all kind of things, you can design a good workforce structure. So, we have some kind of questions. What is the difference between surface level and deep level diversity? Why is surface level diversity important in the workplace? How can deep level diversity benefit a company? Can a workplace be inclusive with only focus on surface level diversity? Why or why not? These some of questions basically that will help you to understand basically what kind of diversity is needed for the organizations through surface level, through deep level, and what kind of organization level layer is concerned much important for your purpose. I think some of references are there basically that can you can see basically reference is concerned. We have the good reference like as I told that it's not possible to see books basically, rare books are there basically, but if you see the good journals or journal article that will help you. Simply you just search in the good database forms of diversity, you can get lot of information. That information will help you to enlarge your knowledge. I think it is one of the major issue of research. So thanks for listening this particular part, forms of workforce diversity. Thank you very much.